Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create that miracle or transformation in your life right here, right now. It can happen quickly or it cannot happen at all. It's really up to you. You are the creator of your life. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I do these daily videos to provide insights on how to get rid of this inner dialogue, this head trash, and really remember who we truly are. This little me, our story, our identity, our stress, our labels, or that perfect spirit, the infinite I, where everything is possible. So, what's coming to me to talk about today was paying attention. Life requires one thing of you, and that is to pay attention. What's going on here? And really to step back and just notice how the mind's very reactionary. It's almost like you're sleepwalking if you're really operating from the mind. But for life, to really create that life that you desire and that you wish, it simply requires you to pay attention. Notice how the mind is constraining, having you focus on one thing. But life, spirit, requires you to step back and say, what's going on here? What's going on? And paying attention to your environment, your surroundings. Is life going the direction of your desires? Or is it going off the rails, off track because you're so caught up in the mental story? So that's all we need to do is step back, pay attention, and keep yourself present to this moment. And present to this moment simply means that you're aware of your sensations. What do you hear? What do you touch? What do you see? What do you smell? Because those sensations, being aware of them, will keep you grounded in this moment. But don't necessarily take that as your whole truth. You can see one thing and your mind will try to interpret it one way, but the same person will see that thing as well, interpret it a different way. So we have to be aware that the mind is constantly creating bias. No matter how much we're in tune with perfect spirit, the eyes still have to interpret what you're seeing, and that interpretation can have bias. So we just need to step back and really explore all possibilities, all potentials that are here in this moment. That maybe sound like a very simple thing, to pay attention. Paying attention will change your life. Like when I was very sick, I was paying attention to the doctors, my appointments, my medicine, but I wasn't paying attention to the bigger picture of life. Hey, what's going on here? I'm seeing all these doctors and my health is continuing to decline. And get this, the doctors are telling me there's no cure. So why do I keep seeing them? I wasn't paying attention. Like I keep doing the same thing, expecting this body to turn around, but it's not turning around because I'm not listening to my true self, that perfect spirit. I'm paying attention to the wrong things. So we want to pay attention to our perspectives and having the universal perspective. Notice how the mind sort of pigeonholes and controls and focuses on one task, one possibility. There's only one way to do this. When you hear your mind going, there's only one way to do this, that's a good indication that you're falling into the mental traps, the mental stories, repeating past behaviors, that everyone else has done it this way, so I want to do it this way as well. And you start marching to the same drummer. Now we're all meant to march to our own drummer, to pay attention to ourself, our wisdom, and stepping back and noticing when you're confused, when you don't know the right choices to make, to pay attention to that and say, oh, I'm confused. I don't know which way to go. That's an indication that you're up in here if you're confused and you're not able to decide. There's little clues that life is giving you that you're wrapped up in the identity, the story, the personalities. But all that's required in life is to pay attention. What's going on here? What's the end result? Is this going to get me closer to my intended desire, or is it going to continue taking me down to the same path where nothing changes? So if you operate from the place of the mind, nothing will change. That's what's really important to notice. If you're really paying attention, only following the mind around, nothing will change because the mind stays in familiar, comfortable patterns. It does this to conserve energy because when you're programmed, it's very efficient. There's not much energy there. But when you're acting from spirit, it's how you take a different way, a different path. A change requires more energy. And what's beautiful, when you change, it rewires the brain. And we're trying to see that the brain can constantly be rewired, like this habit, this behavior doesn't serve me. Let's try something new. Trying something new scares the mind. It's terrified of change. But the spirit within you is your change agent. That's the creator of change. People like myself can be the catalyst to get you to focus within, saying, hey, if you want to change your life, it requires you to go within. I can't lead you to the promised land. I can lead you inward, and then you can find your promised land. Because what's right for you is right for you. It's not right for me. And I don't live in your body. So how could I possibly know what's best for you? Yet, if you look at the TV, society, the news, they're constantly telling you what's best for you. Oh, you got to get this medicine, this medicine, this medicine. Yeah, but what are the consequences? What are the side effects? Yeah, I take the medicine to prevent this, but my body can handle that. That medicine, I don't know if my body can handle that. And I don't know, but my body's saying, I don't need this medicine. It feels like that medicine is poison to this body. Because when I ask myself, is this medicine useful to me? And I get the insight, no, it's not useful. Then why am I taking it? Because the mind falls into the trap, like they know what's best for me. That's all nonsense. So we just have to pay attention. What is our truth? And really, what's going on with all this programming, all this advertising, all these people wagging their finger at you to do this, to do that? It's crazy. We have to really march to our own drummer and find our own way forward. That sounds very simple, and it is, but the mind's going to protest. The mind's going to create lots of doubts and confusion and lots of stories that you don't know what you're doing, you can't do this, you don't have the right skills, right education, not the right age, not the right sex. And it just keeps on going into the endless loop of excuses, stories, blame, regrets, shame, whatever it may be. Millions of flavors of head trash. But we just need to pay attention and realize that we're beyond the thoughts. We are the witness to the sensations in the body, the witness to the thoughts. But for most, like myself, I was my label, I was my thoughts, and life was a disaster. I was constantly getting sicker and sicker, taking more medicine, more disability, both mental and physical, because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't listening to the true I. I was completely wrapped up in the little me, the little I, and make myself really small and then very powerful. But we reverse roles now. Now I realize my power. You realize your power, your strength, and you can blaze that new way forward from here, because this will not change things. the mind likes to keep things the same. Even if you're in pain, if you're suffering, it's comfortable, it's familiar to the mind, so you stay trapped into that pattern. So just pay attention. What is best for you? And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.